Okay, I guess so. We're finally doing this, and this is the first episode of the podcast called Maggi With Mrinaal. And for today's episode and today's video, I am going to be answering this question or the most requested video of all time, which is of my blogging journey. It's probably taken me so long to do this because, as I've mentioned this before on my Instagram, a lot of times is that discussing your blogging journey is going down a road that has a lot of ups and downs. And sometimes you feel like you do not want to revisit certain things because they might not have a very good memory with them. But I think over time you just learn from things and you just start accepting them, as part of your journey. And talking about them doesn't just feel that bad as it did before. So yeah, we are talking about my blogging journey, which goes back probably more than 4 years. Yeah. So I know a lot of people think that blogging is just Instagram or anything, but those of you who follow me, you guys know that I have a blogging website called A Colorful Riot, which will turn 4 years old in October. But my journey goes back to before A Colorful Riot. So what happened was, when I was in college, I loved reading books. I still love reading books, and I read a lot of novels, and that sort of nerd who will finish a 600 or 800 page novel in one day, because that's just who I am. So what I did was I made a blog on Blogger. So Google has this thing called Blogger. It was just a very unprofessional and just a very beginner sort of a blog where I used to post book reviews of the novels I had read, and people would really enjoy it. And इसके बाद what happened was I would keep penning down my thoughts on the blog as well. ठीक है, कोई कुछ हुआ, there was this suicide case of a student, and a couple of other things. So I would write about them, and suddenly people would comment or they would message that we want you to write on this as well. So Blogger is something, like I said, it's just very beginner sort of. So you could not just create different categories that these are book reviews, this is editorial, this is something else. So I realized that I needed something more, and I came up with this idea कि अपनी खुद की website शुरू करते हैं, right? And of course it was a lot of investment उस time पे. So for the past 6 or 7 years, I do not ask my parents for money, even though I was in college or everything like that, because it's just not something that I would prefer. So what happened was, I got a domain, I got a hosting, I took help from my friends who knew about how to set up a website, and I went on Google, and A Colorful Riot was born, and we had amazing people working on it. So a lot of people were writing about travel, about politics and all that. So वहाँ से we started, right? And उसके बाद Instagram truly just it was like the next big thing, because we knew Facebook was dying, everybody was on Instagram. So I made an Instagram account, but वो एक personal account था, where I would just post pictures from college or the food I was eating या कुछ भी ऐसा सा. But then I saw there is potential कि मैं अपने website पे जो कर रही हूँ, I could make it an individual thing as well. So if A Colorful Riot was a brand, Mrinaal, that could be a brand as well. And I thought, yes, let's do this. So I texted a couple of brands, and I was lucky enough कि मेरी जो first collaboration थी, that was a paid collaboration in itself. So it was amazing. It was like a real morale booster, because I know people जो इतने time के बाद भी they are not able to get paid collaborations. Yeah, so then I realized that I have the capacity to earn money from this while curating content which I love, and I can also sustain my website. So in the first year itself, the website was able to generate a lot of money कि वो profit में था, and I did not have to spend from my pocket anymore. So the first year I spent, of course, through internships I had done, and all the savings that I had, I used it to get the domain and the hosting. And after that, it just things just got going in themselves. And I think I was really lucky to come across correct brands, correct people at the correct time. So that was great. And one thing I would really like to mention was that that brand was run by a woman. So it was a fashion brand that was run by a woman. And if people would notice the content that I create, so whenever I collaborate with women run businesses, I generally do not charge them a lot or don't charge them at all, because that is something that I personally believe in. So women supporting women is a very big part of Mrinaal Blogs as a brand, and even a Colorful Ride as a brand. So we try to support local businesses, and if they cannot pay us, we do make exceptions for them. Yeah, that is one thing. But when I came on Instagram, I realized things were very tough. There were people who were telling me, follow us, खरीद लो, ये कर लो, वो कर लो. So when you are new somewhere, it becomes very difficult, and you get carried away and you make bad decisions. So I think starting में मेरे साथ भी ऐसा हुआ था. I made a couple of bad decisions, but they are well past me. So what happened? Everything was going great, really, but then what happened was, so I started getting a lot of hate comments, especially around my weight, and that is something that I've always struggled with. But that's a discussion for probably some other time. But so it was getting too much, and I was getting the sort of comments I never thought I would read in my life. I was abhi bhi, if I think about it, I get goosebumps, and I would not wish that on probably anyone. Oh god, I'm getting a bit sentimental again. So yeah, I don't think I would wish that on anyone. And I just started so I did not tell my parents or anyone, which maybe in hindsight I should have, but yeah, I thought I could deal with it alone, but I could not. So what happened was, I deactivated my Instagram account, and I thought, let's just focus on the website, because that is doing great. And yeah, so I stopped Instagram for I think around 3 to 4 months, or maybe even 6 months, I don't remember. But then the most amazing thing happened, and that was when I was checking my email. I had a couple of emails from people who used to follow me on Instagram, and they said, why are you not posting anymore? And we saw that people are commenting like this on your pictures, but you are the person who makes us believe that not every blogger has to be a size 0 or slim, or they just do not have to fit into the picture of the ideal woman, and we relate to you on that level, and we are giving it back to your haters. So I saw that a lot of people were fighting with the people who were trolling me, and that was just amazing. And I realized, for every one person that hates me, there are 10 people who are willing to stand up for me, and that just meant the world. And that is how I got back on Instagram, and body positivity and realism also became a very huge part of Mrinaal Blogs. So what I am saying is, my journey has it's because of people like you who supported me through all these times, and I've learned a lot from you. So maybe many criticism बहुत गलत तरीके से ली थी, because I was anxious and I was depressed and I was really sad. There were days I would just cry continuously. And yeah, so I learned a lot from that incident. And I mean, आज के डेट में मेरे को कोई कुछ भी बोले, I really do not give a damn, and that is something that I learned because of you guys. So I know a lot of people want me to talk about my blogging journeys so that they can learn from it, but I have learned equally from you guys, because I see you, what you do, and that just means the world. So yeah, that is how I got back on Instagram, and I started this notion that my community has to be a positive space for everyone, where we do not judge you on the basis of your appearance or any other factor that is out of your control for that matter. So yeah, that's that. And of course, then amazing things have happened. I got nominated for the most inspiring lifestyle blogger and lifestyle blogger of the year, and you guys were the ones who voted for me like crazy. Like, I saw the voting results, and more than 60% of votes went to me, and that was absolutely crazy. So that is what I owe to you guys. And even my weight loss journey, the 100 days of practice that I used to do, I could probably do it because I knew that I have to post a story कि आज मैंने workout किया. So that was my way of motivating myself. And when you guys say abhi tak story nahi dali, have you not worked out today? So that was very inspiring as well. So blogging is not just like a one-way street. There's a two-way communication जो involve होता है, and I'm very lucky to have a community that engages in that two-way conversation with me, who stands by me. And yeah, that's that. And of course, we've done some other amazing things. We've been to Thailand, we've been to Goa, we've been to Rajasthan, we've collaborated with Royal Retreat. That was so fun, and you guys responded so well to their stories. So yeah, and of course there are a lot of struggles that come with being a blogger, right? A lot of times people think कि हम लोग किसी ब्रांड को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं या कुछ भी है, and I can understand that people think इनको तो पैसे मिल रहे हैं तो अच्छा ही बोलेंगे. But a lot of content creators are very honest about the reviews we give you, right? अगर हमें कोई चीज़ नहीं पसंद आती, you don't know how many brands we actually say no to. And I can understand, sometimes you see हमारी कोई post and we are talking about a brand, but that is how we get paid, right? Because हम लोग आपके लिए जो कंटेंट क्रिएट कर रहे हैं, वी आर गिविंग इट टू यू फॉर फ्री, राइट? सो हम लोगों को कहीं ना कहीं से तो कुछ चाहिए टू कीप क्रिएटिंग कंटेंट, एंड दैट इज़ समथिंग आई थिंक आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट यू ऑल एज वेल कि हम लोगों के जितने नॉर्मल कंटेंट के साथ द वे यू एंगेज, यू शुड प्रॉबली एंगेज विद इट. Engage with sponsored content in the same way, because it just really helps us. It's not even just sponsored content. कभी-कभी हम लोग कुछ ऐसा content create करते हैं that we feel like wow, this will do so well. Like मैंने अभी Independence Day की IGTV वीडियो डाली थी, and I thought this is amazing. People will think कि ये बहुत अच्छा concept है या कुछ भी ऐसा था है, but it did not do so well. And तो मतलब कभी कभी हमारे साथ भी ऐसा होता है कि हम लोगों को भी बुरा लगता है यार कि हमने ये कंटेंट क्रिएट किया एंड इट वाज सो गुड, बट व्हाई डिड पीपल नॉट लाइक इट? सो it happens, and the ups and downs, and people say we are after followers or we are after a number of likes. It has nothing to do with that. See, everybody wants their community to grow. If we are a people, we started out from probably 1,000, we are at 21,000, and it just keeps growing. It's a community that keeps giving, people supporting each other, and that's what Mrinaal with blogs and the Colorful Riot are all about. And I would want to give that positivity or that support to everyone I come across. Why just a select group of people? But there's also the fact that brands run after numbers. So उसमें हमारी कोई गलती नहीं है यार. Everybody is just like that. We'll sometimes get an email, if you have more than 20,000 subscribers or 20,000 followers, we can do this for you. Or if you have itne subscribers on YouTube, we want to work with us. So people have made it a numbers game, and Sometimes it's like, when you are in Rome, do as the Romans do, so there's not much you can do about it. But yeah, I hope that changes, and that would change only when you guys support us. Eventually you guys are the god. You make or break us. So I am lucky enough that, of course, you guys are supporting me, and that is so sweet. But yeah, so it's just, as I wrap this up, it's just a small request. If you like something, just double tap a picture, or maybe even leave a comment. It just really helps so much. If someone even tells me that, wow, I loved this, that comment truly makes it worth my while, that मैंने कुछ डाला and किसी को पसंद आया. And I sometimes reply in comments as well that this truly made my day, and it does, because like I said, we do not get paid for every content that we create. If I am making this video, I am making it for you guys. I'm not making it for any brand or anything like that. So when you leave us a comment, it's just everything that we need. It's everything. It's actually all that matters. Yeah, I don't know what else I can answer for you in this blogging journey of mine. It has its own ups and downs. I've cried. I've tears of joy and tears of sadness. I've been extremely angry. I've been extremely dejected. It's a roller coaster ride, and I would not just exchange it for anything else in this world, because it's so beautiful. And to be around people you've never met, or only met a couple of times, but they connect with you, you connect with them in a way that's like friends or family, and that's just really, really special. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you watched this so long, or thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you've listened to it for so long, it means the world to me. And of course, if you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to tell them in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you next time.